Listen to this podcast now
on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Leadership Thread with Dr. Peggy Polonis.
I'm Dr. Peggy Polonis. Join me on each episode where I unravel the story that shaped leaders, tracing the thread that led them where they are today. Because leadership isn't born in adulthood. And thank you once again for joining us on the Leadership Thread, education, ethics, and sustainability.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Rob Shuter, his book is coming out too. He's very excited about it, as I am. We're going to get to the book. It is set to drop. It's started with a whisper. Comes out April the 21st, but there's other items I must discuss with Robert first. Mr. Shuter, how are you this morning, buddy?
Hello, my friend. I'm horrified that I'm your number two gay. By the end of this interview, I am going to be number one.
I got news for you. Maybe number three behind Bill White and Reza.
You're a monster. You're a monster. Hey, listen, I went to Yankee Stadium once. I heard you're going today.
I am, yes.
It's a pretty amazing place.
Why did you go?
Madonna did a concert there.
I knew it wasn't baseball.
No. Only Madonna could turn Yankee Stadium into a gay bar. Like, it was great.
How many years ago was that? That is great.
Like 10 years ago, she was there, and we all schlepped up to the Bronx, and it was amazing. Me and all the gay boys were dancing around Yankee Stadium. We had no idea that you play baseball there.
You had no idea, right? You thought they built it that day just for Madonna. That's right.
For Madge, yeah. Madge.
So I got to tell you a story that's near and dear to me. You know, my daughter Ava, Rob, you know, my whole family.
Yeah, she was in Britain, wasn't she?
Yes. Well, she spent 3 years studying abroad in Wales. So when it is cute. It's cute. So when I saw the story yesterday that King Charles and Queen Camilla decided for only the second time in 100 years to celebrate Easter in Wales instead of they did it in Wales.
In Wales, they have to spread the love around a little bit here. He was the Prince of Wales after all for 60 years before he was the king. He went to university in Wales, and he learned to speak Welsh, so he took it pretty seriously. So Wales has a real special place in his heart. But the big news, too, is they're coming here in just a few weeks. They're going to be in D.C. on the 27th, so what's that, 2-3 weeks away? Big banquet, big state dinner Trump's throwing for them. I think they're going to address Congress. And then I'm told, it hasn't been announced yet, but I'm told they're going to make a little trip up to New York and go to the 9/11 memorial downtown.
I heard the same thing, and the banquet, of course, is the 28th. They're set to arrive, the King and Queen, on the 27th. They're here to celebrate the 250-year birthday of our country, and President Trump is really happy. He likes King Charles, and King Charles's mom, the Queen Elizabeth, she loved Trump. But the rumor I'm hearing is that when the King and Queen go to New York, that there may be, Rob Shuter, a little reunion.
That's right. You're such a tease. That's right. So everyone's asking, they're coming all this way. Are they going to see Harry and Meghan? There's a troubled past there. Meghan and Harry they don't make it any easier. The dad wants to see them. He particularly wants to see his grandkids. He's not seen Lilibet or Archie in 4 years. So he wants to see them. I'm told officially they're saying, no, we're not sure it's going to work out. But behind the scenes, both camps are working hard to try and figure out some time on the schedule. It won't be a formal event, but it'll be a couple of hours together. It looks like that's going to happen in New York. Meghan is not a fan of Washington, D.C. She's been pretty outspoken in what she thinks about politics. So I think going to D.C. is probably not what she's going to want to do. But it is interesting here. You know, it looks terrible, doesn't it, if your dad comes to the country you're in and he hasn't met the grandkids and you don't get together. So the optics are bad. Plus, Charles is a sick man. Don't believe that he's doing great. He's recovering from cancer. He's an elderly man. He wants to make peace. I feel bad for Charles here, I do. I hope Harry and Meghan meet him. I hope they suck it up, but they don't make it easy.
You feel bad for him. That son of a bitch had Diana killed, probably. Ended up with the ugliest lady that God ever created. You feel badly for him. You kidding me?
He likes Trump. He likes Trump.
I know he does love Trump, but I love for that. I do. Yeah.
They do like each other.
And by the way, I know that Harry likes Trump. I know his wife Meghan can't stand Trump. I get all that, but Harry is too smart of a guy not to like Trump. So is the real relationship between King Charles and Harry? Forget about Meghan; she's the in-law. Is it really that bad?
It's really bad. The trouble is that in his book, Harry calls Camilla the nastiest names. Now, they all might be true, and he's certainly got a place to be angry from. His mom was Diana. His dad left Diana, his beloved mother, for Camilla. So there's so much history there. It's tricky, though, because once you put something in black and white, it's there forever. And so it's difficult for him, although I'm told, which I think is amazing, is that of his two sons, Charles actually has more issues with William than Harry.
Really?
William's nipping at his heels. Like, William's running the show. William wants that job. William's making decisions. And so I think Charles and William have more frustration than he actually does with Harry. Harry's pretty laid back. And so, you know, it'd be nice if they make some peace and see the grandkids. I always root for families making peace. It's wild, isn't it? Because they're the royal family, one of the most famous families, richest family in the world. And they have the same problems that we have.
Yeah.
All these troubles with relatives and sisters and brothers. And it's just all this nonsense. And it makes me sad. I know when I'm falling out with my relatives, it's not pretty. So fingers crossed. It'd be great if some, of all people, brokered peace between not only the Middle East, but also Charles and Harry. Look at that.
He brokers a lot of peace. He's already stopped 8 world conflicts. He's doing the best he can with, obviously, the Middle East and Ukraine and Russia. That's what he does. He brokers peace. He hates war. I know we're beating the hell out of Iran right now, but that's a war they started 47 years ago. But I want to get to London because my daughter went to school in Wales, and Dylan and I spent a lot of time in London, and we love that city. We do. We love it. It's beautiful. Yeah. But I got to tell you, they have come up, Rob Shuter. They're embarrassing. This guy Starmer, not to help the United States, to basically pick China and Russia over the United States in this effort to combat terrorism, which, by the way, almost every one of Iran's missiles, every one of them, even the least potent ones, can reach London in about 15 minutes. What the hell are your people thinking?
Yeah, it's really wrong, isn't it? The only way I can defend the British people here is you have to remember he won that election by a real minority. I think it's 30-40%. So what happened is the Conservative Party sort of split in Britain. It became 2 parties. And then instead of having 2 parties in the election, we had 3. And then that allows somebody to slip through with less than 50% of the vote. And so Starmer got in with a percentage that no other government in the history of Britain would ever have been elected by. So he has a hardcore base, but it's not the majority. But it was it's the maths, isn't it? Elections. I used to think elections are the one the people like the most win. But there's so many variants. If I add this party, and look what happened in New York when we had 2 Republicans running, and then it's just like the math of it is fascinating. I think overall the Brits are pretty supportive here. Don't believe everything you always see in the liberal media and on TV. Yeah. The Brits that I speak to say that America is their greatest friend. It always has been. America and Britain do have a special relationship. Now, the leaders might not, and they shouldn't mess that up, but the people is where the power is, Sid, and the people are with America.
Agreed. I mean, I go to Paris. I'm not treated nicely. I'm not. Even Italy's a little dicey, but I've never had an issue in London, ever. They love Americans.
They love it. I grew up watching Dallas and Dynasty and watching American TV, and it's an amazing country. All the pop stars in Britain are Americans, Michael Jackson and Madonna, and they love Americans over there. And my friend, my husband's a songwriter. He works with Barry Manilow. Barry's going to Britain in a couple of months, and he said it's the best audience he has around the world.
He said
they love Americans.
Yeah. No. Listen, when you do a show at Wembley Stadium, it is How is Barry Manilow feeling these days?
Much better. So he had lung cancer, so he wasn't feeling well. He had bronchitis. He wasn't breathing well. He went into hospital, had an MRI, and they found a tiny little bit of lung cancer. He did it over Christmas. He went in at Christmas, and had it removed, and it really knocked him back. He's having to learn to breathe again, and singing is breathing. He won't do a shitty show, Barry, so he won't go on stage unless he can put on that show. So I know he's on a treadmill every day. I know he's with trainers, and he's just building up his strength. But he'll be back. He'll be back. But it knocks you on your feet. He's 82 years old, and you got to look after yourself, and he certainly does. But he loves doing this, and it's almost cruel to take away the thing you love the most from somebody. It's cruel.
I love him.
He's fighting hard. He's a good guy.
I love Barry.
Sacco and Felix, New York and New Jersey's premier attorneys at law. Their team brings decades of experience across a wide range of practice areas. Whatever life brings, they're your legal team. From everyday matters to complex cases, they've got you covered with the experience you need and the results you want. Because when life gets complicated, they make it simple. SaccoFilas.com. SACCOFILLAS.com. 2 C's, 2 L's.